Have you ever worked harder than anyone else and still fallen behind? Have you ever carried a burden alone, thinking strength meant doing everything by yourself? What if I told you, the secret to success isn't just hard work, it's knowing who to lean on. Today you'll hear the story of two men climbing the same mountain. One tried to do it all alone. The other discovered a smarter, deeper way. By the end of this story, you'll see why asking for help can change everything. If you've ever felt alone in your struggle, if you leave early, you might miss the key that unlocks the gate. Stay with me. This story changes how you climb the mountain forever. Once, there were two young men who wanted to reach the golden castle at the top of a steep mountain. The first man was named Stone. He was strong, proud, and believed in hard work above all else. He told himself, "I will get there on my own 2 feet. I don't need anyone." The second man was named River. He was not as strong as Stone, but he was curious. He loved to listen to strangers. On the first day, they came to a giant wall blocking the path. Stone looked at the wall and gritted his teeth. He spent 3 days climbing it, cutting his hands, sweating, and exhausting himself. He finally made it over, panting and tired. River looked at the wall, then looked around. He saw an old man sitting on a rock nearby. Instead of climbing, River sat down with the old man. He shared his water. He asked the man about his life. They laughed and talked for an hour. At the end of the hour, the old man smiled and said, "You are a kind soul. The gate is hidden behind those vines." The old man gave River a key. River walked through the gate in 10 seconds. Stone was furious. "You cheated," he yelled. "I worked hard." River simply smiled. "I didn't cheat. I asked." They continued up the mountain. Halfway up, a terrible storm began. The snow was deep. Stone put his head down. He marched into the blizzard, fighting the wind, freezing his skin. He almost died, but he pushed through by sheer force of will. It took him a week to cross the snow. River saw the storm coming. He went to a nearby cabin he had seen earlier. He knocked on the door. Inside was a family of merchants with a horse-drawn carriage. River didn't beg for a ride. Instead, he offered to tell them stories and help them cook in exchange for shelter. They loved his company. When the storm broke, they offered him a ride in their warm carriage all the way up the pass. River arrived rested, warm, and fed. When they finally reached the golden castle, Stone was broken. He was bleeding, starving, and old before his time. He had succeeded, but he had lost himself. River arrived with friends. He was fresh, happy, and full of energy. Stone looked at River and whispered, "How? I am stronger than you. I worked harder than you." River replied, "You tried to carry the mountain alone. I let the mountain carry me." The moral: success is not just about your hands. It is about your voice. You can be the smartest person in the room or the hardest worker in the world. But if you are alone, you will always be limited by your own 2 hands. 70% of your success is not what you know. It is who you know. One conversation can open a door that 10 years of hard work cannot break down. One handshake can change your bank account forever. One mentor can save you from 1,000 mistakes. Stop trying to dig the tunnel with a spoon when someone else already has the key to the door. Talk to strangers. Be kind. Build bridges. Your next level isn't in a book. It's in a person. Say hello.